Well, here's a happy surprise. It turns out I did crack it yesterday. I didn't see the crack, but as I was getting ready, putting a long handle on the tilt hammer and centering it up and get ready to make it more precise instead of a blunt force. All these improvements, which I will still make, and then I lifted with the bar. I lifted this side to make sure it wasn't being supported in the middle. When I lifted it, I saw it cracked. So now I'm going to see about getting that piece that young goat's front feet are on. See if I can get that out, and then try to crack that next one. I might change my mind on that and try to crack this near one first. That was pleasant, because I was thinking about all these tricks that I could. This is a buck, and he's getting a little sassy. I put a fulcrum here for the beginning of kind of a hinge. I made it longer. Various things, but change your plans. Well, I've made some more improvements. It's not hanging on the block and tackle now. It's on that board. So there's the trigger, if you will, or the trip. With my hammer, if I bump the bottom of that out, it should be a free fall. Now the hammer head wants to slide down the handle, which so easily fixed. And then I took the pivot off the bottom because it also wanted to roll backward, because stuff's incomplete. And so we'll see what happens. I guess I'll use my hammer right-handed so I can film, and we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe it'll crack. I didn't score anything, so here we go. Oh. Well, I got a good fall, but it didn't crack it. So but what's my neighbor says, proof of concept. So I'll adjust it and maybe even score it and see what it actually takes. Well, I don't know what I'd do without all these animals around me. Pigs, goats, baby goats, chickens bawling me out. That one's always bawling me out. Anyway, what I did was I dismantled the portable tilt hammer, having learned a bunch, and decided instead of fooling around with scoring it, I just take it out as it was. I can manage that with these rollers. I got it free. I got it past that, and now it's easier in the long run. Just take it out as a big piece, and I'll reset everything and cut this one. This one I definitely want to cut because it's just too big to take out between the posts and everything and by myself. So if I do nothing else, well, I was going to say, if I do nothing else today, this has been a success. I'm going to dig out this fill because I really want to see how much fill there is and what was put there. Now that looks to me like coal ashes. You probably can't see it in this light, but it looks to me like when they were heating the house with coal, this is one of the places, there was probably a whole big pile of coal ashes that they just used to fill in here. But how deep is it? That's what I want to know. All right, that might be it for today. Oh, it feels so good, doesn't it, pig? Oh my. I'm back already. That sow is building a nest. I just watched her take a mouthful of clean, good hay from today and carry it over there, and she built a nest. Now this one's already bedded down for an afternoon nap, so really I could at any point, I will soon take them back, but things are pretty laid back. Maybe you'll get a chance to see that sow go get another mouthful of hay to bring it over. I looked at her right away and I thought, is she getting ready to have piglets? Because that's one of the things they do. They prepare a nest. Looks like she's eating it. There is one other thing I wanted to film today. I had said I would tell you where I got that hammerhead. let me give you a good look at it and see if you can guess. But then I'll tell you now. What it is it's the core of a very heavy old Lincoln arc welder. And where the 4x4 is protruding, that was one coil, and below it was another coil. You know, a transformer or a welder like that is basically one huge transformer. And what I did when I was substituting for a semester as a metal shop teacher, I had a kid that was a good welder. They wanted to weld. I said, well, take this and weld it with seams so the whole thing will stay together. And he also welded a face on the bottom of it. I don't remember which one it was. Now the cores were largely, the coils in the middle, they were largely copper, which I scrapped. I had him weld those two plates, which you might be able to see at the bottom there, to spread the shock out of the hammering. Now all this was done, in the 1980s, early 80s. So what's that, 40 some years ago. And it's just been around the farm ever since, because this was my plan all along, but I just couldn't get around to it. So anyway, that's where I got that.